adventurer, and welcome to my first remake level. In this series, I've been showing off a lot of love to my boy Mario. You already know. I've played New Super Mario Bros. Wii countless times with the cousins and the friends on the Wii back in the day. It's a good game. But I think it's time to dust off my blue hedgehog toy from the inner depths of my drawers and show my appreciation to the blue blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. So one lazy afternoon on a Saturday, from what I recall, I was chit-chatting with my boys online, and one of my boys named Jack, Gadget, subscribe to his channel by the way, he makes super funny videos. Me and him were talking about Sonic 3D Blast that day, a game that a lot of Sonic fans aren't fond of for whatever reason. Probably the Sonic community complaining again. Anyways, me and Jack were talking about which version of Sonic Blast has a better soundtrack. The original Sonic 3D for the Sega Genesis, or the re-released Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn. For the Saturn. Jack's argument is that the Saturn is better because the Genesis sounds too loopy. My argument was the Genesis sound font is a very iconic instrument, and it doesn't have loopy parts. The songs are just short and catchy. But as we had a fun little debate about it for a while, until we agreed to disagree and choose our own favorites, when I was looking up the music during the debate, I stumbled upon Sonic 3D Blast gameplay on YouTube. I thought I'd check it out since, it was the topic at the time. I mostly paid attention to Jack Attack for most of the walkthrough, but one level in particular caught my attention. Gene Gadget Zone. I don't know why this one just snapped me into my creative mood, but I just started making this level in Maker 2. Out of all the stages, why Gene Gadget? Maybe it was because of how simple the layout was. The 1 to 3 enemies in each floor, introducing this floating mechanic with the fan machines underneath Sonic, or probably the slopes. I think this is the first time in Mario Maker history, for me at least, where I actually used the slopes for once. I don't know why that was the reason I wanted to make it. I think it's just the fact that I've never used the tool before. I think that's why. But now, the story's out of the way, on to the level. I chose Mario Bros. 3 design because that's my favorite of the Mario trilogy. It has an enemy that works like the fans, which we will get to later, and the floor kind of resembles another area rather than just grass or dirt. So, I made the spike enemies the Robo-Octopuses, because they both shoot projectiles at the players. The Monty Moles are the Robo-Mice because they chase the player, and the Key Coins. For the people who don't know, but in Sonic 3D Blast, the goal of the level was to explore and find a certain amount of bird creatures called Flickies, the animals in need that Sonic helps out on their island. The Flicky counterparts, I made them Key Coins because they work the same way. Without them, the finish line isn't available to the player. Next is the Twister enemies. In Sonic 3D Blast, there's these fans that are a part of the structure Sonic runs on that lifts him into the sky and makes him float. In the game, I don't know what it's used for, really, gameplay-wise, but I'm sure it was just so it looks cool, because the whole game revolves around moving in more directions than just left and right like the classic Sonic games. The fire-breathing Piranha Plant is the machine gun robot, and now that I think about it, I forgot you could just place fire plants on the ground by itself, and it actually would have been even more accurate. Darn. Well, now I know to take more time with my levels. Now, the segment that took me the longest, but I made it pretty accurate and made another Mario enemy return, are the chemical plant pipelines from Sonic 2. In my version, the player just takes a green pipe into a secret room. I made the Sonic pipelines a bunch of tunnels here that you fall and rise in. I tried my best to mimic the directions the Sonic went, but as you know, he's very fast, so I had to repeatedly scrub through the video or watch it in slow-mo. In the Mario Maker version, instead of Sonic just spin dashing through the pipes, with his supersonic speed all alone, Mario needs to run through it, and I brought back the Twister enemies to help Mario escape the tunnels. Next are more robot enemies, and again, a Piranha Plant I could have just dropped right on the floor, but it's too late. No big deal, of course. Second to last thing is I made a tower of one-way walls, because I also gave the level a clear condition. Sonic 3D Blast is a game where you run around and collect things to beat the level. So I also made the player have to collect every coin to win. So the coins make the goal appear, and the key coins open the door you need to get through to beat the stage. Lastly, for my own personal touch, I thought it would be cool if I made a Mario Maker level that was based on a Sonic level that provoked speedrunning. So what I did was, I made the level only have 60 seconds for the player to complete it. I don't know, I thought it was a pretty cool touch. That is all for the showcase today. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. If you would like to try out the level for yourself, the level ID, as for my Twitter and Discord, or on the description below. Thank you for watching.